Chapter 5: Setting Strategic Goals. Setting strategic goals is a fundamental part of strategic planning. These goals provide a clear direction and framework for action, helping organizations focus their efforts and resources on achieving their desired outcomes. This chapter will explore the fundamental principles that make goal setting effective, discuss the importance of balancing long term and short term goals, and provide practical tips and examples to help you set goals that lead to success. The first principle of practical goal setting is clarity. Goals should be clearly defined and easy to understand so everyone in the organization knows exactly what they are working towards. When goals are clear and precise, they can lead to clarity and a lack of direction. The second principle is that goals should present a challenge yet be attainable. Challenging goals motivate teams to strive for excellence, but must also be realistic enough to be achievable. The third principle is commitment. For goals to be successful, there must be buy in and shared responsibility from all stakeholders involved. Regular feedback on progress toward the goals is also vital. This feedback helps teams make necessary adjustments and keeps everyone motivated. Lastly, it's essential to consider the complexity of the tasks involved in achieving the goals. Breaking down complex tasks into manageable steps can prevent feelings of overwhelm and help keep the team on track. As Drucker, 2006, aptly stated, effective goal setting involves clarity, challenge, commitment, feedback, and consideration of task complexity. Strategic goals can generally be categorized into long term and short term goals. Both types are essential for the overall success of the organization. Long term goals are broad and overarching, aimed at achieving significant outcomes over an extended period, typically 5 years or more. These goals provide a vision for the future and set the direction for all strategic initiatives. On the other hand, short term goals are specific, immediate objectives that the organization aims to achieve within a shorter time frame, usually 1 year or less. These short term goals often serve as stepping stones toward achieving long term goals. As Mintzberg, 1994, emphasized, balancing long term and short term goals is essential for sustainable growth and progress. One of the most widely used frameworks for setting practical goals is the SMART framework, which ensures that goals are clear, trackable, and attainable. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Goals should be specific and clearly defined, avoiding vague or broad statements. For example, instead of setting a goal to increase donor engagement, a more specific goal would be increase donor engagement by hosting 4 fundraising events per year. Goals should also have measurable outcomes to track progress and assess success. An example of a quantifiable goal is increase website traffic by 20% over the next 6 months. Additionally, goals should be realistic and achievable given the available resources and constraints. For example, a goal might be to expand programs to 3 new states within 2 years rather than attempting nationwide expansion immediately. Goals should also be relevant and align with the organization's mission and strategic objectives. For instance, an appropriate goal could be launch a marketing campaign that targets our core demographic. Finally, goals should have a clear timeline for completion, such as improve volunteer retention by 15% within the next year. Doran, 1981, states, setting SMART goals ensures that objectives are clear, trackable, and achievable. Real world examples of successful goal setting can provide valuable insights and inspiration. One example is the American Red Cross, which set a goal to increase blood donations by 10% within 1 year. By implementing a targeted marketing campaign and partnering with local businesses for blood drives, they achieved a 12% increase in blood donations, surpassing their initial goal. Another example is the Nature Conservancy, which aimed to protect 1 million acres of land over 5 years. Through collaboration with government agencies and private landowners and securing funding through grants and donations, they successfully protected 1.2 million acres ahead of schedule. Similarly, Feeding America set a goal to reduce food insecurity in targeted communities by 25% over 3 years. By expanding partnerships with local food banks, increasing fundraising efforts, and implementing educational programs on nutrition, they were able to reduce food insecurity by 30% in these targeted areas, demonstrating the effectiveness of their strategy. Braddock, 2010, noted, real-world examples of successful goal setting highlight the importance of clear objectives, strategic planning, and effective implementation. Using templates can also help organizations structure their goal setting process effectively. For example, a SMART goal setting template can guide the process by asking specific questions. What exactly do you want to achieve? How will you measure progress and success? Is the goal realistic and attainable? How does the goal align with your mission? What is the timeline for achieving the goal? Additionally, an action plan template can further structure the process by listing the specific actions needed to achieve the goal, providing a timeline for each action, assigning responsibilities to team members, identifying necessary resources, and defining metrics for measuring success. As Brown and Iverson, 2004, emphasized, using templates can streamline the goal setting process and ensure consistency and clarity. Several tips can further enhance the goal setting process. First, aligning goals with the organization's mission and strategic vision is essential, keeping efforts focused on core objectives. Involving stakeholders in goal setting ensures buy-in and incorporates diverse perspectives, fostering a sense of ownership and commitment. Regularly reviewing and adjusting goals helps address challenges and keeps the organization on track. Celebrating milestones when short-term goals are achieved can motivate the team and maintain momentum. Finally, leveraging data and analytics to set realistic and informed goals ensures they are more likely achievable and impactful. As Bryson, 2018, stressed, align goals with the organization's mission and strategic vision to keep efforts focused on core objectives. In conclusion, setting strategic goals is critical to effective strategic planning. By adhering to the principles of clarity, challenge, commitment, feedback, and consideration of task complexity, organizations can set goals that provide clear direction and a framework for action. Balancing long-term and short-term goals using the SMART framework, learning from real-world examples, utilizing templates, and following best practices can significantly enhance goal setting. By doing so, organizations can focus their efforts and resources on achieving desired outcomes, ultimately leading to sustainable growth and success.